Wednesday, updates 3. There's one more thing I'd like to try, the Enderman said. Please follow me. To our complete amazement, Greyfellow then whirled around and stepped into the back wall of his house. Come on, don't just stand here. Tufty and Meows had no idea what was going on, but I heard about shadow blocks and remembered how you could walk through them. In other words, the Endermage was taking us to his secret chamber. Now, I'd never really met a wizard before. At this point, I had no idea that most wizards even have something called secret chambers, much less how cool secret chambers might actually be. I saw lots of new stuff today and learned a lot of new words, such as brewing stand, and anvil, and crafting table, and enchantment table, and rune chamber. This is called a rune chamber, the Enderman said. Do you know what it does? I glanced at the giant silvery blocks. Even though it didn't look all that scary, it scared me all the same. No. Tufty wasn't scared though. He immediately zoomed inside. Is this like a house? He asked, sniffing the silvery material. Meows went inside as well. Wow! She said, lifting up her paws as if the silver material, iron, I learned later, was painful to the touch. She left the bus as quickly as she entered. It's freezing in there. Indeed it is, the Enderman said. It contains a most powerful form of magic. Only 3 wizards in all of Minecraft know how to create such a device. What does it do? I asked. It makes you stronger, he said. Stronger than you already are, I mean. Stronger than I already am. Even if I didn't know how it made me stronger, it sounded good to me. Is there any downside to having more superpowers? Basically no. A rune chamber can permanently enchant an animal or monster, he said, granting them additional strength, defense, and so on. What's enchant? Meows asked. The Enderman shook his head. Sorry, not enchant. Enchanting is more for items, physical objects. The technical term is enhance. A rune chamber can be used to enhance you, but let's just call it enchanting to make things easier. Tufty stepped out of the rune chamber, shivering. So it makes us more powerful? Yes, and I would like to see whether it's possible to affect chosen animals. Greyfellow's eyes glowed more brightly as he glanced at us. Are any of you willing to serve as my test subjects? 3 little paws flew into the air at the same time. Me! Tufty lumbered toward the chamber again, but Meows grabbed at his tail. I called this first, she hissed. He grumbled. Whatever. Don't freeze your tail off, huh? With a smirk, the white leather kitten zoomed into the rune chamber. How long do I have to wait in here? Not too long. As the Enderman said this, a grey window appeared in the air before him. It contained many boxes. In one box was an image of Meows. He placed a blue cup into one of the boxes. That's called lapis lazuli, he said. It's used for this type of thing. The cup disappeared, and a flat image of the cup appeared in the bus. Almost done, he said. The process should take only a few seconds. Suddenly, there was a bright white flash from inside the chamber. Miles made the biggest and most terrified sounding screech before jumping out. What was that? Greyfellow smiled. That was you being enchanted. Really? I don't feel any different. A screen appeared before her moments later. Enchantment, Rank 1. Type, 1 chamber, permanent. Your claws have been strengthened with wounding power. Your unarmed attacks do 10% more damage. Look, Tufty said. Your claws are kind of purple now. Meow held out one of her paws. Indeed, her black claws had a faint violet glow, just like the books Wag had dropped earlier. In addition, faint little shapes, almost like real-looking letters, could be seen upon the surface of her claws. They were also violet, slightly brighter than the glow itself. This means I can do more damage? She asked. A little, Greyfellow said. Rank 1 isn't very powerful. Sadly, you're not strong enough for anything beyond that. Greyfellow turned back to the chamber. Okay, who's next? Wednesday, update 4. 10 minutes later. Check out my claws. I almost cried. So, I've been modified with Rank 1. Every bit helps, right? It feels kind of girly having glowing purple claws, but whatever. I don't care if my entire body turns bright pink, so long as it means I no longer have to run from roofs. The rest of the day was spent training. After Tufty and Meows counted up their own glass fireballs, we inched silently across so sand like creepers, climbed up netherrack walls like spiders, splintered like zombie pigmen, placed a few items in our inventories, and then swam in that orange fire stuff, lava, for over an hour. There's a huge lake of that stuff in the center of the city. The moths often go swimming there. They call it a pool.